Colleen and I both have had family members with dementia. I've said before I wouldn't take the test because I've seen the path. I mean, not saying to take the test to see if you have it now, but to say, are you predisposed to dementia? Are you likely to get dementia later in life? I don't think I want to know because I can't. There's nothing they can do to change that. So if I took that test and they said, yes, you're likely to get it, you're just left with that hanging there.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same. I mean, obviously, I worry about that because I've seen my mother go through it, and it is a really cruel disease for everybody, the whole family. I've also had the cancer issue in my family, so I have both of those things that I worry about. Now, I do get tested all the time for anything cancer-related. You know, I make sure I'm there for all my checkups, all of that, because I know with cancer, if you catch it early enough, you know, you've much more chance of... There is cures out there, you can stop it. With dementia, you can't. And so, therefore, that's the one test I wouldn't have done because I worry about it anyway. I
was going to say, how often... You know, I think there's a difference when I used to, you know, run up the stairs and then go, oh, what have I come up here for?
Yeah.
You know, we were laughing. But when there's dementia in your family, I then go, oh, is this the start where I forget somebody's name or, you know... So how often do you worry?
Every time something like that happens, I get this panic in me of... you know, have I got the start of it? Because, like you've said in the past as well, I think now, once my mum was diagnosed with it, I think she'd had it for 5, 6, 7 years before it was diagnosed, but we put it down to, oh, Mum's been really dippy today.
We have that all the time.
And you've said
all the time. In all these years, my dad's passed away now, but all these years later, we'll talk, and it will sometimes be 8 years before he was diagnosed. I go, do you remember that day? In fact, there was a day we all went, my mum and my dad and I went down to visit them, and we went on this lovely day trip to this beautiful National Trust garden. So imagine, we're in Cornwall, so we went along the coast road and up to North Devon that way, but we came back across the moors, right, completely different way. And on the way back, my mum said something about, oh, look at that lovely house. And my dad went, oh, yeah, he said, I thought that on the way up. And I said, well, we didn't see it on the way up, Dad, we didn't come this way. And he went, yes, we did. And I went, no, we didn't. We came the coast road. What are you talking about? Anyway, he and I argued nearly the whole way home. My mum was in the back going, now, you two. We were a bit like that, my dad and I, anyway. You know, they would let him get away with saying stuff and I would always argue. To the point we got home and I went and got the map. I went, look, we went that way and came, we couldn't possibly. And I actually said to him, I went, are you going mad?
Yeah.
And because now I look back on that and think, well, it kind of was in a way, and I feel very guilty about that.
Yeah, but you can't.
Yeah, but do you know, we were talking about this before, and I would have been with you. Like, I don't think I want to take the test because I'd feel it would worry me. It would spoil my quality of life. But listening to that story about you and your dad made me change my mind, because I wouldn't want it. If something happened, if I'd got Alzheimer's, I would want my family to know, listening to your story, because I wouldn't want them to feel guilty after I'd gone to say, oh, that was because of that time and she didn't know and I argued with her. And I think my family would feel like that. So for that reason, I think I would want to take the test
now and they said, you know, in 5 years or 10 years, you're likely, it looks by this test, you're likely to, you would wish then your family, when you do something out of the ordinary, that they would go...
They'd make an allowance for it and they'd understand why I was doing that. And actually, I think you can then prepare yourself for it. And I've been really thinking about it since we talked about it.
I don't think I would. Fortunately, I haven't really been touched. We haven't been touched by dementia in my family or I know some friends whose parents have it, but I haven't really seen it up close and personal. So, if it was something like for diabetes or heart disease, I'd like to be tested because then I can know I can do something about it to change that. But if it was dementia, I mean, if there's nothing I can do about it, I don't think I want to know. I don't want to know when I'm going to die. Let's just let it happen.
I think I'd live my life.
Weird, but yeah.
I think it'd make me live my life to the fullest, knowing that I've got a limited amount of time, but knowing that my family would with me on it and it wasn't stressful for them. Of course, it's going to be stressful, but at least like Ruth's dad, you probably wouldn't have had that argument knowing that it was because of his Alzheimer's.
Yeah, and I look back on that now and think, oh, that was obviously the start. Because it was very odd behaviour, which is why I was getting so cross with him. But maybe I would. But even that, I just think knowing what we know about
Yeah.
dementia, if they said to me now, yeah, you're probably going to get it, I'll spend the rest of my time.
And also then your family would have even more years of sadness.
Yeah.
Because they
Anyway,
go through it
it's
straight
definitely
away.
one to think about, isn't it?